Hello, today's Bible study comes from Luke chapter 6, verses 27 through 36, and it reads as follows. But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on the cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, do not withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do that. And if you lend to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, expecting to be repaid in full. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and wicked, but merciful, just as your Father is merciful. Well, this starts off telling you some things that we have a problem with. One is, our enemies. And he says, but to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies. Second greatest commandment is love your neighbor. If that means my enemy is my neighbor, sometimes it does. It didn't exclude, it didn't say just love these people. It says love thy neighbor. So your enemy is one of your neighbors. So love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Perseverance is built here. Character is built up here. And don't forget, we are told to pray for those who persecute us. Jesus did it even on the cross. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. Jesus on the cross again. If someone slaps you on the cheek, hey, what if they pierce your side? What if they beat you with a cat's tail? Turn to them the other also. Hey, you got to take it. This is about love. This is about love. If someone takes your coat, do not withhold your shirt from them. Who knows what kind of need they're in? But if they take your coat, give them your shirt too. Give to everyone who asks you. That's hard in this world, but try to. Try to give to those who ask you, because they probably need it. And if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Ooh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one for me, because if you take my stuff, I got a problem, but I'm not supposed to demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. If you want to be treated well, treat them well. If you want to be treated poorly, then treat them poorly. But you don't want to be treated poorly. You want people to treat you well. So treat them well. That goes back up to that love thing, loving your enemies. Love everybody. Love thy neighbor. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? That's just saying it's easy to love somebody who loves you. You don't get a gain from that. You know they love you and you loving them back, so y'all in the same ballpark. It's like when you're in church and you with the saints and everything, and it's easy to love and hug and amen, but what happened when you get outside that wall and you're running into somebody who been mean to you at work? Do you become hell on legs Monday through Saturday, or do you remember? Do you remember that you need to get some credit? So love that one who doesn't even love you. And look what it says next. It says, even sinners love those who love them. They do. They find comfort in commonality just like you find comfort in commonality when you're with those that you love. But the real question is, Jesus came for the ones that weren't common to him. They were sinners. Jesus was not a sinner. We were sinners. And guess what? He loved us. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? Once again, do something good for somebody else that doesn't know you. It's easy to help your friend up. It's easy to go pick up your friend. It's easy to feed your friends that you know, your family that you know. But what about that stranger who you don't know? What about that person that you haven't really took the time to talk to that's looking for a kind word? Once again, you're trying to get some credit. You need some credit. This is some of your credit. And it tells you right after, it says, even sinners do that. They know. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? He tells you, even sinners do that. Even if it's bad, sinners do that. They know what to do. And if you lend to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? Ooh, another one of my sticky ones, because, excuse me, if you borrow from me, I'm expecting it back. If you want it, I change up how much I'm going to give you. That's me. But you know what? It's not right. It says, if you lend to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? It's no credit to me. Even sinners lend to sinners expecting to be repaid in full. So sometimes don't expect it. Sometimes just throw it out there to help somebody out. I love when somebody comes up and says, Minister Jeff, can you help me out? They don't want anybody to know, and I don't want to tell anybody. They say, I can get it back to you in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I just tell them, if you can get it back, fine. If you can't, fine. And I'm still growing with this stuff. I'm still growing in the Word and getting strengthened from the Word. But the Lord is looking for us to change. We didn't start eating this food to be the same. We start eating this food to change and get strengthened. Then your reward will be great and you will be children of the Most High. When you do all this stuff, you get something. And it says your reward will be great. Oh, did I get a reward from the Lord and it's great? I'm taking it. I want it. And you will be, now I get to be something also. I get rewarded and I get to be something. And this being something is my reward, in case you're wondering. You will be children of the Most High. And why will I be a child of the Most High? Because he is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. Woo. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. One of my favorite Bible verses to this day is Ephesians 4:32. Be ye kind one unto another, tenderhearted. Got to work on it. Tenderhearted. Forgiving. Forgiving. Love your enemy. Forgiving one another. Me, you. Even as God, Most High, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you, me, us, forgiven you. Ephesians 4:32. Amen.